I was gonna say, so I dropped out of college and I still gotta write papers.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm saying, man. I dropped out of college and like I still have to be doing this stuff.
But I heard that I don't need to write papers to be a TradFi.
Oh, man.
I'm seeing a lot of.
Wait, whoa.
Listen, back it up. So TradFi is and I think some others, like I think deep in the DeFi ecosystem, like that just call TradFi, TradFi.
What is TradFi? Like,
TradFi is just traditional finance.
Traditional finance, yeah. It's like trad art, traditional art, but finance.
This is like the Patagonia vest crowd?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, shit. I should probably take this off.
No, you got the jacket, dude. You're good. If it were a vest,
good things just called out.
I almost wore the vest, man. It would have been ironic.
That was good, man.
But listen, TradFi, right, is just a blanket term for I think people on the Wall Street side, right? On people pushing anything but decentralization. It's a blanket term. But I also call them sort of TradFi. You had a record week this past week, right, with the ETFs being approved last week. That whole blunder, of course, with the SEC, a whole other topic to talk about. But you had, I think, over $1 billion in volume in a week. You had some clear winners that came out of just on the ETFs, all of the ETFs. You had some clear winners. You had BlackRock and Fidelity coming out as sort of the top dogs.
The cabal.
And you had Grayscale that I think has been really sort of affecting the Bitcoin price these past couple weeks because Grayscale is charging 100 basis points more than BlackRock and Fidelity. There's a ton of outflows, about like $500 million per day.
Okay,
and it just sells. It just sells.
So is that bullish or is that bearish?
It's bearish on Grayscale, and I think it's a little bit bearish probably short term until sort of Grayscale sells
we did drop
all their
like
shit.
3K, like Bitcoin dropped 3K. I woke up, I was like, oh fuck, is it over?
Yeah, no, 100%. So I don't know. I think it's both bearish and bullish.
It's like I feel like we're getting regulated without law right now. In a way,
and you think because of just these bigger players,
of course, and I think that you have to know how to dance within that infrastructure to be able to win.
How are you going to dance?
I'm going to dance a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right. The thing is about
what's your strategy? I want to know.
My strategy is a group strategy, right? Like hive mind of like good investors, like I do have.
Surround yourself with great people.
And great people, and look at your friend group. If they have $5 all in their pocket, you're probably going to have $5 for a while in your pocket, right? So I just try to work with the same crew of people, and we delineate and discover. And go over, look, nothing's ever like magical. Some of it's luck, but a lot of it is calculated and but anti-cabal stuff. I mean, we're working within their infrastructure, and hopefully, listen, I'm here. The story of blockchain is attractive.
Yeah, it's very attractive.
And the story is so good, I won't leave.
I mean, it's attractive to of course BlackRock. I want to throw maybe over to you, Good Things. I want to get your sort of thoughts on the ETF. But first, chat, let us know what you think. Do you like the ETFs?
Yeah.
You hate TradFi? What are you into? What do you not like?
EDF bearish or bullish?
Yeah, what's up? Good Things, what do you think?
I mean, I think like the world's largest financial institutions like making a bull case for Bitcoin, like Larry Fink did in July, and he's done several times since. I mean, this is unprecedented. This is the thing that when I came in 2017 as a retail investor, this is what we bought into. Like everyone is going to eventually want to buy Bitcoin, and we're seeing that for the first time with these Bitcoin ETFs, like in a real way that we've never seen before. I think like everyone should be very clear about there's been the ability for markets to be manipulated this entire time. It's an unregulated industry, but now you have the biggest fucking financial managers in the world.
Yep.
And I think everyone needs to understand what that means, right? Like
serious business.
This is serious fucking business. This is like the battle for crypto. Like we're excited because the capital's coming in, but we also have to be aware that folks like us, folks like all of our friends, everybody that's been building in this industry for years, or even just coming in this year, you have an opportunity. You're on the frontier. Like we get to decide what this industry looks like, and we know more than anybody in the world, more than these financial institutions know.
Totally.
So some of us are going to end up going to work for them. Some of us are going to be basically consulting with them. It's a huge opportunity that everybody has.
Wait, so we get the ultimate psyops.
Yes,
TradFi.
100%.
In before BlackRock.
Dude, hear that, advisors?
TradFi is ours for the taking.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to say this right now. First of all, the chat is mostly bullish and some bearish without any insight. They're not giving me any thesis, but I appreciate it. We appreciate it because we asked you. The other thing I say, look in your Discords, the one that you invest, the time you trade in and stuff like that, and look at the friends. Some of those people, a few at least one, is going back and getting their finance degree or learning about the ETFs so they can work for companies in the trading department because a lot of those bankers do not know about how to analyze and manage ETFs for their clients.
Totally.
So it's bullish.
Yeah,
They're about to have a 21-year-old just like telling him, bro, just degen all your fucking customer funds.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
what I think is
so obvious.
I think he's a pretty good trader for you.
No, because I was gonna say, so it's like the thing is like I feel like the ETF, like all the money coming in, it's like one of those things where it's like right now it's like, oh, it's bearish, it's bullish, we want to see the price action. But then what, Bitcoin flies to 6 figs and we're like, duh, it was so obvious. There's so much money coming in. Like, do you think it's one of those things where like it sounds obvious that it's bearish? Or like it's just a matter of time and we just gotta wait, we just gotta psy-op.
It's just a matter of time. Like
I feel we could make a new cabal.
$1 billion in volume is a lot of money. Like I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was the top ETF traded this past week. Like and BlackRock has it on their homepage, right? And BlackRock, like literally, BlackRock owns the U.S. government, right? Like they literally own the U.S. government. And I think, to touch a little bit more on some of the other institutions in TradFi as well, you had like Franklin Templeton that's like actually leaning into crypto, right?
The Ordinals.
Yeah, Franklin Templeton.
Dude, I saw that. I was actually going to bring it up. They had a tweet that literally said, do not fade Ordinals or They said it's important. Yeah. So actually super interesting. They said it's important for like the stability in the ecosystem of Bitcoin, but they also said it's super important for the SOV, I think they said.
Store value.
The share of value, basically like spreading Bitcoin's word, like free marketing. And it's true. Like I would not be talking about Bitcoin if I wasn't Ordinals.
Yep.
Like, no, I just wouldn't. Like, it wouldn't be in my vocabulary.
Yeah, none of us would. I mean, NFT MFers had no reason to talk about Bitcoin. And NFTs are one of the most interesting applications to come to blockchain because you're not just trading financial instruments, you're creating like true global community culture. Like none of us up here would know each other if it wasn't for fucking NFTs. Like if we were just trading, trading shit coins or just hodling Bitcoin, like we would never even, we wouldn't be here right now.
To close on this topic, I want to actually just add a sort of anecdote. I was in a chat with Charlie Spears this past week. And he was like, there was a bunch of different things happening. Franklin Templeton was one of them. And he was like, I'm just happy that there's now sort of like culture on Bitcoin because you look at sort of like a year ago and it was like absolute sentiment bottom. Charlie himself had to like, really sort of like cozy up with these maxis that were telling him like you can't do anything but, just buy this sort of Bitcoin. So I don't know. I think it was cool to see that wherein like you have a Bitcoin maxi that is now like, Bitcoin's cool again.
100%.
Yeah. Also, also as important is don't brag about your calls with with CB Spears.
No, I didn't call him. It was in a chat. It was in a chat.
Don't brag about it on the show.
He's going to be on here, I'm sure, at sometime in the future.
Don't ever brag.
I mean, talking to these trad institutions, right? You have another one. You have Sotheby's.
Yes.
Right? Boo, what's up?